Hey, you ever had that moment? You're on a flight, cruising above the clouds, and for just a second, you look out at the vast, empty blue and think, what if? What if the voice from the cockpit just stopped? What if the path ahead, so clearly charted, simply vanished? It's a fleeting thought, brushed away by the hum of the engines. But for one flight, that thought became a terrifying, permanent reality. And the only clue was a final transmission that made no sense at all. Welcome back. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is the Unexplained Archive. Today, we're diving into one of aviation's most chilling cold cases, the vanishing of Flight 228. It wasn't the most famous disappearance, not like MH370. It was a regional flight, a short hop from Anchorage, Alaska, to Juneau. November 8, 1994. Aboard the twin-engine turboprop were 32 souls, families heading home, a few businessmen, a couple of students. The pilot was Captain Robert Vance, a veteran with over 12,000 hours in the air. Co-pilot was First Officer Lisa Park, sharp and meticulous. By all accounts, it was a routine evening. The weather was crisp and clear. Air traffic control gave them their heading, and they climbed into the twilight. For the first 45 minutes, everything was textbook. Routine check-ins, calm voices. Then, as they were approaching the coastal range, Captain Vance made his last scheduled contact. Anchorage Center, this is 228. We're at flight level 180, smooth sailing. The controller acknowledged and told him to contact Juneau Control on the next frequency in about 10 minutes. Vance signed off with a simple, "Roger, good night." That was the last normal thing anyone ever heard from Flight 228. Because 10 minutes later, when they should have switched, Juneau Control called for them. No answer. Anchorage tried. No answer. They began calling other aircraft in the area to see if they could raise Flight 228. Nothing. But then, something incredible happened. A cargo plane about 80 miles to the east, on a completely different frequency, suddenly broadcast a broken, frantic message. The voice was strained, almost a gasp. It was Captain Vance. The transmission was clipped, filled with static, but two phrases were crystal clear. "It's not on the charts," and then, "The sky is wrong." And then, silence. Absolute, total silence. The search and rescue operation was one of the largest in Alaskan history. They had a last known position. They had the cargo plane's rough triangulation of that bizarre transmission. The weather held. They searched for weeks. Not a single piece of wreckage was ever found. No debris field on the mountains, no slick on the water. Flight 228, its 32 passengers, and its crew had vanished from the face of the earth. The official investigation concluded that the plane likely suffered a catastrophic, sudden event, perhaps an in-flight breakup, that left no trace. But that conclusion never sat right with anyone, especially the investigators, because it didn't explain the transmission. It's not on the charts. The sky is wrong. What does that mean? Let's break that down. It's not on the charts. Captain Vance was an experienced Alaskan pilot. He knew those charts like the back of his hand. He was talking about something he was seeing, something physical, something that should have been mapped but wasn't. A mountain peak? A strange weather formation? But the sky was clear. Radar showed nothing. Then, the sky is wrong. That's a profoundly different statement. That's not about a physical object. That's about the very fabric of his reality. The color, the stars, the horizon. Something fundamental about the sky itself was incorrect. It's a statement of deep, visceral disorientation. I've spent a lot of time thinking about this, turning it over in my mind. As an engineer, I look for logical failure points. A sudden decompression could cause hypoxia, leading to confusion. But the co-pilot would have been there. The warning systems would have been blaring. And the phrasing is too specific, too coherent in its strangeness. It's not the rambling of someone deprived of oxygen. It's the clear, horrified reporting of a professional witnessing something he cannot process. There's another theory, one that lives in the hushed conversations between pilots. The idea of a gravitational anomaly or a rare atmospheric phenomenon. Could something have bent the light, refracted the landscape, creating a mirage so profound it rendered all his instruments and knowledge useless? We know light can play tricks in the Arctic, creating false horizons, sundogs, fata morganas. But to that extreme? To make a veteran pilot believe the very sky was broken? And if so, did that visual disorientation cause him to fly into nothing? A clear sky that wasn't clear? This case, more than any other, makes me think about the maps we trust. Not just the paper ones, but the internal maps we all have. The expectations of how the world works. I moved from the dense, vibrant chaos of Dhaka to the grid-like certainty of New York City. I relied on my own charts, subway maps, professional networks, cultural cues. But what happens when you look up and the map no longer matches the territory? When the sky, literal or metaphorical, just feels wrong. That's a profound kind of terror. It's the failure of all your reference points. Captain Vance was reporting that in real time. His reality had simply come unmoored. The official file remains open, but inactive. Without wreckage, there can be no final answer. The families were left with that haunting, impossible transmission as their last goodbye. It offers no closure, only a deeper, more unsettling mystery. It's a reminder that in our age of satellites and GPS, there are still moments where the known world just stops. And in that gap, something inexplicable can slip through. So what do we do with a story like this? We can't solve it. We can't bring anyone back. But I think we have to listen to it. We have to hold on to that transmission, not as a clue to a puzzle we'll never solve, but as a testament to the vast and unsettling unknown that still exists just beyond the edge of our charts. It keeps us humble. It reminds us that for all our engineering, for all our stories, the world can still present a mystery that defies every single one of our explanations. Thank you for listening to this journey into the unknown. If these stories captivate you, if you find yourself looking at the sky a little differently, please share the unexplained archive with someone else. Your sharing is what helps us grow and keep bringing these investigations to light. This has been me, Ibnul J. Farabi, for Light Not Studios. You can find more of our work and delve deeper into the archives at lightnotstudios.com. Until next time, keep questioning.